Hello folks, welcome back again to another Time Games Lab tutorial. This is Space Ballz Game Development part 4, where we're gonna do some new object assets. So the objectives for this session is to create more game assets in Adobe Illustrator. This will include a rotating coin, the basic enemy, and a HUD overview. So let's start with the coin. This is gonna be pretty simple. So I have my color palette set up already. I'm going to add a circle. Let me just shrink the circle by 40 pixels. This looks good, okay. So I'm gonna add a darker color to it, and to make it fun, I'm gonna give it maybe an hexagon into the center. So yeah, that's the coin view from the front. So pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mask out some parts of it. You can see that I have cut out into different objects with different shapes. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start rotating this coin so it has some animation for the game. So I copied the same layer again, and I'm just rotating the layer into Illustrator. So I'm using rotating and bevel, and then just rotating for the darker part of it. So you can see the center has been, the dark part of yellow has been rotated, and all the other ones have been rotated and extruded. So I'm just now, I have expanded selection. I'm just now doing some moving pieces around, adding back the colors to it. So you can see the hexagon. I'm gonna select the sides, and I'm gonna pick the darker color. So with this, just give me 1 second. Yeah, there you go. So by doing so, I have the coin rotated 30 degrees. So I'm just do it again. You can watch, same principle, but I'm going to do 60 degrees now. So I'm picking the inner and the outer part of it. I'm going to do extrusion and bevel. 60 degrees. Okay, no shading. Perfect. Then I'm gonna take the middle part of it. I'm just gonna rotate by the same amount. So sorry, 60 degrees. There you go. I'm gonna select everything, expand my selection, expand appearance. Yes, there you go. So now I'm gonna just start moving things upward and backwards into my canvas and ungrouping them and coloring them. So let's move this upwards, forwards. No, there you go. Select both sides of it and darker color. So just like that, and there you go. So just like that, I have my coin rotated 60 degrees now, and I'm gonna do the last one, that's side view. Side view is the simpler view. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color of the side of the coin, and I'm gonna add a rectangle with this size, same size of the coin. I'm gonna align it to the center of the view, and there you go. So simple as that, we have the rotating coin. Just to give it a little bit more fun, I'm gonna add a highlight to the coin. So I'm gonna give it, let's go, and I'm gonna create a rectangle. I'm gonna copy this rectangle into the different layers I have. Sorry, it didn't go through, but there you go. So I'm just copy the same rectangle into the layers I have. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to mask out this rectangle with the side of the coin. So all I'm doing is a union. There you go. So select both of them, select it, and there you go. And the last one again. So I have the rectangle, I have the coin, and duplicate the darker part of the coin, the side of the coin, and then just masking out. There you go. So just like that, I have a rotating coin. I'm going to export it. Export is pretty easy, so I'm just gonna switch to 60 pixels wide. I want it to be a little bit smaller than a player, and there you go. So I'm just switching the layers that are enabled, and I have the 30 degrees. I'm just gonna give it suffix of 30. There you go. Do the same thing for the 60 degrees angle. So change the suffix, and I'm going to do to the side also. There we go, that's the side view, export. And just like that, I have my front view, 30, 60, and side views. And this is what it looks like, very easy. Now I'm going to start with the enemy. So we had a red ball as the bouncy thing last tutorial, so now I'm gonna do kind of a shapey enemy. So what I'm doing here, I'm using a star pattern, but I'm gonna give it 30 points. So there you go. So it's pretty pointy actually. Then I'm going to set up a circle in the middle of it. There you go. Just a little bit lighter circle. I'm gonna align it all the way to my canvas, and I'm gonna shrink it by 60 pixels to give it the highlight. So the highlight, I'm just switching to 40 points thick shape, and I'm gonna just select this segment of the line. Sorry, wrong selection. So there you go. I'm gonna select the segment, select this other segment, and there you go. And I'm gonna use my razor to erase a little bit to have a kind of just a back highlight, very soft back highlight. Now I'm just going to give some shadows. So I'm copying to front, bring it to front, and I'm gonna mask one out. For the bottom part, I'm gonna use the extrusion bevel, just like in the coin, but I'm gonna do it with 10 degrees only. And you can see that that's enough to give it some shadow and some depth. So with this, I'm finished my enemy. I'm going to do some masking. I don't know in the game if I'm gonna need it or not, so I'm just going to give it a mask that's a little bit smaller than the enemy. If I need to do any collision masking, I have it. So there you go. I'm gonna export it, export the enemy, 80 pixels wide, so it's the same size as the player. There you go. And I'm gonna export the mask also, just change the name, and there you go. So I have the mask exported also. So I have the enemy, the mask, everything ready. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick overview of my HUD just to make sure that I like it. So I'm choosing a full HD appearance on a portrait mode. I want to play my game on my cell phone, so I'm gonna fill it with a purple color. There you go, looks good. So I'm just gonna start adding my assets. So I'm gonna insert them. I'm gonna start by inserting the player and the enemy. There you go, enemy and player. So they have come pretty big, so I know they are 80 pixels by 80 pixels, so I'm just changing them to 80 pixels by 80 pixels. And that's what they'll look like in game. I'm just gonna make some copies. Okay, so what I'm missing here, I'm missing pretty much my score and my best score. That's something that I want to add, so I'm gonna give some text. Score 6, so maybe I had played a little bit and I have a score of 6. So I want to have my score on my left side, left top side. I'm gonna change my letter. I found a font online, it's called Lovelo. It's pretty good font for flat design, so this looks good. And with the gold color looks even better. So I'm just gonna duplicate it, and this would be my best score. And 9, there you go. So yeah, that's what I want my HUD to look like. And oh, I forgot a coin, so let me add the coin to it, just to make sure it looks good also. So 60 by 60 pixels, that's what I'll have in my game. And there you go. So this is what the game will look like. If you guys want to see the game with this added on, please stay tuned for the next episode of the series. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. If you want to be notified for the next videos, please click that bell button. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Thank you, and see you next.